Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. This is another day that he's kept us, and we're here today on this Project 365. I am Portia Wheatley. I am the founder and the president of a nonprofit organization acknowledged as Trophy of Life Incorporated, and we have the great opportunity to render hope, encouragement, and inspiration to individuals across the whole wide world. And we're just so grateful to God that he's allowed us to do that. Let me bring in my co-host.
Hello, everyone. My name is Chevonne, and I'm so happy to be here today. Today, we have a beautiful, intelligent, and strong, wonderful guest to share an amazing story with you today. But before we get started, I want to remind our viewers to please go to our YouTube page and like, share, and subscribe. With your help, you help us to bring hope, encouragement, and inspiration to every single person across this entire world.
Across this entire world. Well, before we introduce our guest, I have a Motivational Monday, a piece that Conway Robinson, my honor son, has written. He, like I said, maybe weeks ago, that he does not necessarily care to be on screen. So he writes these great Motivational Monday words of encouragement. So let me read it to you. As we begin a new week, remember that you are blessed to be a blessing to others, whether it's tangible, support, community building, kind words, mentorship, or anything else. You are gifted with a talent to bless someone. You are gifted with a talent to bless someone with your talent. Consider this: no one cares how much you know until they know how much you care. And the Bible commands us in Mark 16 and 15 to go into all the world and spread the gospel. Gospel is defined in the Bible as the good news. The good news is that he saves, he delivers, and he sets free those who are bound. He has oracles among the earth to fulfill his work among the people. You, our audience, you are part of that team of oracles. Your gifts, your talents, your time, and your kind words will bless the people of God. Make yourself available to be used by the Creator. I like that. I like that. So we thank God for that, Conway. Thank you so very much. Keep them coming. Sometimes I just forget to bring them in, but when I do, they're good words of encouragement, and we thank you. Well, today we have the opportunity of presenting to some and introducing to others a nice, as Takira say, intelligent, smart, strong woman. And we are so grateful. Oh, so grateful to God for Shay Jackson. I've known Shay several years now, and it's amazing the strength that this young woman has. She's going to share with you, and I'm just going to sit back and just let me get a tissue, because I know some of the things that she's gone through, but she's exactly that. She's gone through them. Very challenging, but God be her strength, God be her comforter, God be her provider, God be everything to her. She's come through it. And that is with some challenges that you and I could not even imagine. So I'm going to release the platform to you, Shay. First of all, I want to say thank you for taking the opportunity and time from your schedule to come and be our guest on today. But you have the platform.
Thank you. I'm very honored. Hi, Kira. I'm happy to be here. I struggle with several illnesses on a daily basis. It started in 2016 when I was rushed from my job to the hospital because I couldn't breathe and I just was in a faint almost. So went to the hospital, got to the hospital, long story short, they sent me back home. Offered me to be rushed to the hospital 2 days later, having an open stomach surgery. I had the open stomach surgery, still no clue as to why this happened, besides the fact that I had holes in my intestines. So they removed my appendix, they digested everything that was in my stomach, which was food, bowel, and everything, just sitting for weeks. They took all of that out. I spent about 3 months in the hospital until I was actually able to eat solid foods. Then they sent me home. I was home for a week. While I was home for that week, I felt myself not able to move. I got up, went to the bathroom, basically crawled to the bathroom because I couldn't really walk. Once I got there, I had to call a friend to come and get me to take me to the hospital once again. The species that came out white, something I've never seen in my life. So I was, of course, nervous, scared, but you know, I still have faith in God. We're going to figure this out. Back to the hospital. In the hospital, another open stomach surgery. This time they opened the same wound back up. They put 2 drains in my stomach, actually 3. 2 in the stomach on the side with this ball that was about this big on the end, where they drained 3 abscesses that they had found behind my ovaries that they had to drain. So I wound up being in the hospital for another 4 months. And they came and they used to pack the stomach every day. And when I say excruciating pain, I mean that. I died twice in the hospital. But God, and I don't mean to sound deep, but I mean it. It took me time to tell those that I love, church members, family members, and things of that sort. So I had a very close friend post a status on my Facebook page to tell them, pray for Shay. She's not well. I hid for months. I wouldn't let people visit me. I had literally a list of people that were allowed to come and sit in my room with me. I did not have a roommate. It was literally, most of the time, if it wasn't me and my mom, it was me and a nurse, because I was 99 pounds when I had this surgery. I could not walk. I couldn't go to the bathroom on my own. I could barely talk. Everything that I said was literally a whisper. So if you couldn't hear me, I would write it down for you. I started to get better. They had to shut down one arm because they couldn't get any blood from the left arm. It was just basically almost dead. So everything happened here. I distinctly remember one day they had to stick me 36 times just to draw my blood at 6 o'clock in the morning. And the only song that I could sing was "The Blood Never Loses Its Power." That was it. That was what got me through that moment. I was released from the hospital on July the 5th to come home. Some situations happened where my finances weren't the way that they were. So now I had to depend on a friend. Her name is Trinae. And then a young man named Jason, who's my godbrother. They took care of me. So then at one point, Trinae said, "Shay, come move. You got to get out your house. You can't live here by yourself." I moved in with Trinae and her 3 daughters. I stayed with them for a year, and they took absolute care of me. They fed me. They bathed me when I couldn't. So I am forever indebted and grateful to those girls. And not only that, but this young lady here, Miss Portia Wheatley, she hasn't left my side since 2010. And she's always there. The woman will cook me a meal and bring it. I don't even have to ask. She's paid bills for me. I haven't even had to ask. But that's why I appreciate God so much, because no matter what I go through, my faith is what sustains me. My faith is smaller than a mustard seed. It's like a speck of dust. You can barely see it, but I know it, okay? And I know who holds my hands. People don't know that I'm in this house on a daily basis fighting to get through this illness. Sometimes I wake up regurgitating just from nowhere. You know, I'm in loads of pain due to chronic abdominal pains, chronic nausea, endometriosis, diverticulitis. I can't eat everything that I want. Sometimes I don't even eat. I'll get some crackers and some water and a piece of fruit and I'm good. As long as I put something in my system. But I have never, ever wanted anyone to feel sorry for me. I look like this on a daily basis, but baby, you will never be able to tell that I'm in pain unless you really know me. Because I walk in grace, and my name means Chevonne is gracious. So my mother did that, not even knowing what was going to happen throughout my 39 years of life. You know, stomach problems started when I was a child, but we didn't know that as I grew older that it would become worse. You know, so I am a living testament that God is a keeper no matter what you are living with, your health, physical, mental, spiritual, it doesn't matter. You have faith in him. You allow him to hold your hand and walk with you each day through. You're good. I mean, talk to him. He hears you. I sing often. That's what keeps me healed. And I really believe that if I couldn't sing, I don't know, because I've sat in depression sometimes, not knowing like, oh God, I'm gonna be in pain for a whole week. You're gonna have me laying in this bed like this, not able to move. My friends get upset because I say, no, don't come over here. I'm fine. Because like I said, I have never been to one. I'm not the one to allow people to worry about me. I would rather you pray and call and say, Shay, you okay? Or Shay, I put a bowl of soup at your door. That's what I need. I don't always need the company surrounding me in my home. I need the word of prayer. You know, push me through. And people say, well, you singing every Sunday at your church? Yeah. And I sing straight through my pain, straight through it. My praise and worship team, they watch me. And they, you know, I can see their eyes and be like, you all right? You all right? How you know, I see it. And I tell them, I'm okay. Sometimes if it's too much for me to sing alto, I'll look over to Jamal and say, sing alto for me. I'll sing the tenor part because it's a lot on my diaphragm. You know, I still have adhesives and abrasions in my stomach that cannot be removed. And my reasons for not getting another surgery is because I've been told by 7 specialists that if I did, I would be in a vegetative state. And that's not happening. So guess what? We're going to do whatever we got to do to sustain me through my life. So I go to acupuncture. I am down to 2 pills instead of 12. Praise God. So, you know, I'm just happy to be here. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to share my story because I know there are definitely people out here that are having worse problems than I am, you know, but I want to say to them, you can live through your cancer. You can live through your mental illness. You can live through depression. And I cannot tell you, it's been a journey since 2016, and here we are in 2021, and I'm still moving. Sometimes when I know my body is telling me to sit still, that's exactly what I do. I sit still. I don't go around places. I literally stay in my house. And they laugh at me, my friends laugh at me because I tell them I sit in every room in my house. Every single room. I'm going to get my money's worth every month in my home. So no, I'm okay. I can lay on this couch for hours. I'll sit in my recliner, you know, or because sometimes it's really hard for me to sit up straight the way I am now. So I have to slouch or just lay because the pain is that excruciating. It feels like someone's just pulling my ovaries. And if you all don't know, endometriosis is where your tissue grows outside of your fallopian tubes and your ovaries, which is not normal at all. So when the monthly cycle comes, yeah, you might as not even worry about me answering the phone. Everything's a text message. Everything. I can't move. My legs swell up from the knees down. So I'm just, you know, all right, go ahead. We're gonna be all right. But this is a daily thing for me. I probably get like 3 days, maybe 2 days out of a week that I'm not actually like a number 10 in pain. Literally. I'm always between a 5 and a 6. Like right now, I'm talking to you. I'm good today. And I'm so grateful. Like I don't feel any pain. I haven't gotten sick all day since I've been up. You know, like I'm amazed at days like this and appreciative with my whole heart. So again, I hope I've been able to touch someone with my story. And I'll just say this, if it ever feels like no one is there, God is literally right there. I mean it. He's there. That's all I can say. So
I can
thank you.
imagine just your thoughts, just some of the thoughts that's going through your mind of days that he's brought you through, knowing that it wasn't necessarily people, but people's prayers. But some of the days that he's brought you through when you thought you were not going to make it.
There are days where I've literally like regurgitated so much, and it's never food. It's never food. It's always bowel from my stomach. And I go get IVs. I have to give my blood and get needles and things just to keep me going. But the only reason everybody knows about this today is because you brought me here on this platform. Other than that, I would be completely silent. Only few people know, very few. I'm not one to share. I'm not a sharer. I'm not an open book. I'll tell you that. But if you do ask me a question, I will have an answer for you, but God is merciful. God is merciful.
I
and
love
very
your,
gracious.
I love you, love your boldness, because the enemy would want you to keep quiet. And you already said you don't want people feeling sorry for you. And still,
Ever.
from this day on, she doesn't want you to feel sorry for her, but all at the same time, she wants you to pray for her. Hey, if you got money on some trees, send some money her way. And you know good and well, she did not even ask or say anything about that. But I'm talking about put your money where your mouth is. You talking about you want, I'm sorry. This is in my head though. This is in my head. We talk about helping the saints and helping people. And this is what my nonprofit organization is about, rendering hope, encouragement, and inspiration. But we are the action of it. If you notice on my website, action is in capital letters because we talk about it, but we must be about it. So we are the action of bringing hope, encouragement, and inspiration through any means necessary. So I am so grateful for your boldness, Shay. We thank you for actually coming and just sharing what many people didn't know. One thing, if you could expound upon, is one, the part of God providing for you. And you didn't go get a man and have them live in your house. And talk about that for a minute. Being a single woman.
My mom is always there to assist me. It's always just me and mommy and me. But I've literally depleted funds at once to take care of myself just because I was sick and couldn't work. And in the midst of that, it's really crazy. I was blessed with a new house in 2018. Something was like, just apply, and I applied and it happened. So then I also told God, well, I'm still gonna need some help, some kind of way. Might have to get, a part-time job or something like that. But then he sent a roommate, which lasted for some time. By the time the roommate left, I, in turn, was offered my position back at March Funeral Homes to work, on call again. So I worked for Social Security during the week, and then March Funeral Homes calls me, I'm there. So that's a blessing in itself, I'm just grateful because, like I said, if mommy helps me pay those bills, people have say, oh, Chevonne, I know you're sick. I'll help you, with this, literally the leasing office. Oh, I know. She was like, no, I need you to get better. And I'll send a note in, don't worry about it. And I didn't have to pay rent for 2 months because whatever she did it, and it was all God. So I'm just yeah, I still have a home, car, food. I never go hungry. Even if I don't eat all the time, I'm never hungry. So, yep.
And let me tell you, you have been a blessing. You have been a blessing through your testimony, through your words of encouragement, hope, and inspiration, that no matter what you go through, no matter what you experience, God is still in control. You still love him. You still bless him. Excuse me, because I would imagine that some people are saying the saints are never sick. That's a lie. Straight up, that's a lie.
Yes, it is.
People get
There's a lot
sick.
of people that are sick, but they don't show it.
They don't,
And
nor do
never
they talk about it. Mhm. But I want you to know, one of the things that you and I have in common, we love our heels. We love our heels, and we
Like, it's so bad, Takira. We used to like take weekends and go shopping for heels. Yes, like
well,
that was our thing.
what is one of the things we say is literally our philosophy? If
Yes. Do not buy the heels if you can't shout in them. If you cannot praise God in your heels, they're not meant for you. Find
they're
another pair.
not meant for you. They're not meant for you. And I just bless God, because for one, I love to give God praise in a dance. I really, that's one of the things I miss. So
yeah, I dance in my shoes in the store. We're gonna make sure we can get to
but I need a good church praise. I haven't had one recently. And I can imagine if Bishop Gregory Dennis happens to watch this, I can see him now put in a comment on,
That's
will
my
come
buddy.
to the church.
Bishop
He
Dennis is my buddy.
He's something else. He's something else. There's one of a kind. Matter of fact, let me give a shout out to the church where I've been a member for over 30 years, Kingdom Worship Center, 6419 York Road is our main campus in Baltimore, Maryland. And then we have a ministry in Columbia, Maryland as well. So we're one church, but in two locations. So shout out to them, Bishop Gregory Dennis and Tanya Dennis. So we love them. We love them. They're great leaders. Well, Shay, you did it. You did it. You did it. And we're grateful to God for you. May God continue to bless you. And as the older generation says, in heaven, smile upon you, Kira. It's amazing. God is good. God is so good.
Kira, what you get ready to say?
First of all, where do I even start? So I knew some of your story of what you've been through, but of course not all of it. And I really did mean when I said, you know, I'm welcoming our strong, intelligent guests, because I knew you had been through a lot. And I'm sure you've been through so much more than you've even shared with us right now. But I can personally attest. So I just need my viewers to know, like, I know Shay, but I don't know Shay, you know? So every time I've seen her, and I've seen her several times since this has happened, and she's never been unpleasant. She's never been walking around like life sucks with a grumpy attitude, like some people do when nothing's wrong, you know? So, you know, if what do they say? You know, if not looking like what you've been through as a person, that's Shay. For real. Because, and that just shows, that's a testament to show of your character and who you are and of your faith. Yes. Because, you know, I know people, and we all know people who have been through far less, that don't have as much faith and as much grace and go through this with as much grace as you have. So I am very appreciative of you coming and sharing your journey and your testimony with us. And you said a couple of things. I always write down notes when people are talking. And I just have to reiterate again, we say this all the time on the broadcast, but it is so important to have that key core support group, because, and you know, and you just need to ask God, like, who is my core group? Because we all need each other. And she had that key support group of people to help her and to be there for her. And when I look at you, I've never looked at you and felt sorry for you. Like, I looked at you once I heard what happened. I looked at you and said, wow, like, wow. Like, is she still that? The last time I saw you were in a cute little dress with some heels on, smiling. So, you know, you've never even alluded to that you were going through anything that you've mentioned or were in so much pain. I can't imagine being in all that pain, but yet you are still, you know, who you are, and you're still letting God use you. So that I am so grateful for. And then, to our viewers, this is a perfect example of how I feel we're supposed to be. We all go through pain differently. We all go through our experiences differently, but you never lost sight of God, even when it got tough, you know? And to my believers out there, this is why it's so important to be aligned with God and to make him the head of your life and to know where you're supposed to be. Because that's when those things of favor can come through. You're in the hospital, somebody's taking care of something for you, taking care of the house, taking care of the bills. That is what, you know, being a child of God is, and staying aligned with what you're supposed to be. So it's just so important to keep that relationship with him, because he really does take care of you.
Yes, he does.
And this is a perfect example. And I just want to say, just thank you so much for sharing this. I know it couldn't have been like super, super easy, because I know you are a private person, but I know for a fact that this is blessing somebody right now. It has to be. It has
That's
to be.
the job. And once it's done, that's my job. That was my job. So.
And he wouldn't have you go through all this without, you know, an awesome, amazing victory.
I told my mom, I said, sometimes I think God created this illness just for me. Like, the doctors done said 10,000 times they didn't know why this happened, where it came from. And I'm like, yes, okay. It's mine to handle. And God is taking me through it.
And it's all a part of his plan.
Yep,
and even though we may not understand it, he gives us grace for it. What does Bishop say? Give us grace for our assignment. And you can handle it beautifully well. You know, even when it's hard, like he's there for you. So I just really, really appreciate what you said. And I also want to remind our viewers, she said another thing that is it's so practical, but I need everyone to please do this. Listen to your body. Yes. If your body is telling you, you know what, we're tired, you know what, we need to rest, or maybe we need to get more exercise, you know, listen to your body. Your body really is just like a machine that needs to be, you know, worked on. You need to take care of your body. Can you imagine her going through all this and then saying, you know what, I'm just going to ignore what they said and keep going? Because I know people who have been through a lot, and I'm like, girl, you just got out the hospital, sit down somewhere.
Right. And you're like, why are you moving?
Yeah. Right. No, listen to your body. Your body will always tell you what it needs.
Always.
So please do that. I just want to thank you for coming. I really was blessed by your testimony.
Thanks.
That's good.
You're so awesome.
She is.
So awesome.
She is.
She is. So awesome.
One of the things I wanted to share with our audience is the work that Trophy of Life does. We do more than just Project 365. We work with widows. We work with college students. We share our funds with college students. We share our funds with the homeless. We share our funds with different entities, different other organizations that actually feed into what we do as well. There are many things that Trophy of Life does. And one of the things as well is to assist individuals who may be in a position as Shay is in. And I want you to know your tax deductible contributions go to the work of Trophy of Life. You may not be out there doing the work, but when you make a contribution to Trophy of Life, believe me, it is put to good use. It is definitely put to good use. And I say, every brown penny, believe me, at any time, anyone can come in. The IRS can come in anytime and audit me. It doesn't matter, because I am a good steward over what God has blessed me with. And I say, you can make a donation through Cash App, Trophy of Life, PayPal, Trophy of Life, your credit card, go to our website. You can make a donation there. You can always send checks to Trophy of Life. Everything is Trophy of Life, okay? I just want you to know that, and to know that you are part of this team. You are part of this team, not just Project 365, but Trophy of Life. So again, I want to encourage you, if you feel it in your heart, send your tax deductible donation, as we are a 501c3. All right, enough on that, because God's gonna make it. Woo!
Yep.
Oh, sorry
Well,
about
one
that.
more thing. So also, I just want to remind everyone that you can set Trophy of Life as the organization you want to donate to through Amazon. I'm almost ashamed to say that I feel like a lot of proceeds go to because I've been ordering some things. But no, every order that you place on Amazon, it doesn't cost you anything extra out of your, your wallet or your order. They give a percentage to the organization of your choice, and Trophy of Life is on there. So just sign up. We're right there. Just type it in. And then whenever you make a purchase, they will donate money on your behalf to the organization. So that's another way you can help.
Oh, that's nice. Okay.
Effortlessly. So yeah.
Spread the word. Spread the word. All right. Have we covered everything? Have we done everything God wanted us to do today? Yes,
everything but a shout. We did it.
I have tennis shoes on right
Play your
now, so I have
music.
to get a pair of
Play your
heels.
shouting music when you finish. We dance.
It's all good. I love me some Jesus. I love God.
Yes.
And I love you ladies. God bless you. Thank you again, Shay. And we will see everyone tomorrow at 1 p.m. Blessings.